Welcome back to the Love 'em or Lose 'em YouTube channel. I'm Patrick Bailey.
Hi, I'm Mark Bailey. Today we're going to talk about a topic that most clients bring up at one point or another. It's near and dear to their heart, and they want the other side to be responsible for their attorney fees. I get that question all the time, and there certainly are instances where it's appropriate for the court to order the other side to pay a spouse's attorney fees. What are some of those?
Yeah, so there are very few. The main one people want to pay is I didn't want this divorce, or my spouse cheated on me, or my spouse left me. They're making me go through this. I don't want to pay for it. So can I recoup? And really, the answer is no. The rare circumstance in a divorce where you can recoup is if you're indigent. You don't have the funds. The other party has the funds. They liquidated the account, the bank account, checking account. I have nothing left. I need an order from the court to have them pay attorney fees. That sometimes happens. Indigent people do get divorced. The more common scenario, you have something to add?
Yeah, I think the term by indigent maybe just doesn't have the available funds, or the funds have been available. Sometimes that's because the spouse has liquidated stuff or liquidated accounts, and it's made really an unfair advantage for the other party who's maybe not indigent but just doesn't have access to funds. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And a slight confusion is sometimes people think everyone has the right to an attorney. That is true in most criminal cases where you're going to a trial, but a divorce or a custody is a civil matter, and we like to think of attorneys as being a privilege rather than a right. So with that being said, if a party liquidates an entire bank account and leaves the other party with $0 or $100, then an order may be necessary for the other party to pay for my client's attorney fees. So the other common situation that we get is people have a court order, judgment of divorce, and it says Susie should sell the home by X date, or Susie should change the title of a vehicle by X date. If the other side isn't complying with a court order and you need to hire an attorney to take them to court to enforce what the judge has already stated, you can recoup most, if not all, of your attorney fees. So do you have any situations that come to mind, Mark, where you've collected attorney fees for having to take someone back to court?
You know, it's like you said, if you violate an order without good cause. And sometimes people do that. They'll say, well, I don't care what that judge ordered me to do, or say, I'm not going to do it. And that a lot of times is selling the house or refinancing the house. It could be other things like signing over titles to vehicles, paying the ex-spouse X dollars for whatever to equalize the assets. And they don't do it. So you end up having to take them back to court. And if you have to take them back to court, the court punishes people who don't follow their orders. And the punishment is not debtor's prison, because that was abolished in the 15th century, but it's usually sanctions like attorney fees.
Yeah, and so what sort of attorney fees can I collect? Well, when I draft motions for attorney fees, I'm asking for the time I spent gathering the facts, the time I spent drafting the documents, the estimated time I'm going to spend preparing for the argument, the estimated time of driving to argue the case, and the estimated time of actually arguing the case. In addition to that, you can ask for your filing fees. So all of this, they add up, and you have to prove your time to the court. You can't just say some random amount of time that you spent. And there's other statutory factors that go into it, but a judge will grant you attorney fees unless the other side seriously lacks funds where you won't be able to recoup.
You know, another area that I see judges sometimes awarding attorney fees is when the judge is aware of the other party driving up the fees unnecessarily with frivolous motions and frivolous claims against the other side. You keep going back into the court trying to drain the other person's ability to pay for their attorney and running up fees and prolonging it, and the judge feels that somebody is doing that wrongly, then they can assess attorney fees. And I think that's something where lawyers really need to counsel their clients that I understand you're angry, but just carrying out a vendetta in court is not going to be only expensive for you, but it could be expensive because the judge won't want to hear some of these frivolous claims and may assess the attorney fees against the party that's is doing the, causing the case to be more expensive. So.
Yeah. So in most cases, you can't recoup your attorney fees, but in these select scenarios, a judge will lay down the gavel and punish the other side. So thanks for tuning in this week. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and check back in next week.